All right, let's jump into today's deep dive. And this is for anyone who's ever had that moment of panic in a meeting room.
Oh, yeah. The dongle dance.
Exactly. You're crawling under a table, there's a mess of cables, and nothing works.
We've all been there. Well, today we're looking at a piece of hardware that claims to solve that. It's the Kramer WP-20CT.
And our source for this is the product spec sheet from HDTV Supply. So our
Yeah.
mission is to figure out if this is just another wall plate or something more.
Right. Is it actually the future of the BYOD meeting space?
Looking at it, it's pretty deceptive. It's tiny. It just fits into a standard one-gang wall box.
Mm-hmm. US, UK, EU. It's designed to be unobtrusive. But the whole point is what's packed inside that little box.
It's basically cramming a whole AV rack's worth of logic into the wall.
That's the idea. On the surface, you just see two ports. You've got your standard HDMI and a USB-C.
And that USB-C port is where all the magic is happening, isn't it? The specs mention DP alt mode.
Yeah, DisplayPort alternate mode. For anyone who doesn't know, it just means the USB-C cable can carry, high-res video.
But it's not just video. This is the part that really stood out to me. Power delivery 3.0.
Right. And this is the game changer. If you use the optional 20-volt power supply, that wall plate sends up to 60 watts of power back to your laptop.
So wait, I walk in, I plug in one single cable.
Just one?
And I'm presenting in 4K, and my laptop is charging at the same time.
That's it. No more hunting for a power outlet under the table. It's the one cable dream.
Okay, so the hardware is smart, but let's talk about the brain. The datasheet keeps mentioning Maestro room control.
This is what makes it an intelligent wall plate. It's not a passive adapter. Maestro is the built-in automation.
So what does that mean in practice?
It means the device detects when you plug something in. You plug in your laptop, and it can automatically trigger a sequence. So it can handle the CEC handshake to turn the display on.
So no more fumbling for the TV remote.
Exactly. The screen just wakes up. And it's also a plug-and-play auto switcher. It just defaults to the last connected source. Someone else plugs in, they take over the screen.
It's all about removing friction.
Totally.
Okay, but let's get into the weeds for a second. How are you getting that 4K signal from a wall plate over to a projector on the ceiling? A standard HDMI cable would, start to drop out after 15 feet?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the T in WP-20CT comes in. It stands for transmitter. It uses HDBaseT.
Right. So converts the signal.
Yep. It takes that big, heavy video signal and puts it over a standard twisted pair cable, like your everyday TC6 network cable.
And the range on that is pretty impressive. The specs here are.
They are. You're getting 40 meters. That's about 130 feet for a full 4K signal.
And if you drop it down to 1080p.
You can push it 70 meters. So that's almost 230 feet. That covers pretty much any lecture hall you can think of.
Okay, another practical question for installation. Power. How do you power the wall plate itself without, stuffing a clumsy power brick behind the drywall?
It supports PoE, power over Ethernet.
Ah, so the power comes down the same HDBaseT cable.
Exactly. If the device on the other end, like a big switcher, is a PoE provider, it sends power to the wall plate. That makes for an incredibly clean install.
Very clever. I also saw a little note in here about audio de-embedding. Seems like a small detail.
It's huge for integrators. It lets you pull the audio out of the HDMI or USB-C signal and send it to a separate analog output.
So you can use the room's actual sound system.
Instead of the teeny little speakers in the projector.
Right. So when you boil it all down, the whole point of this device is to make the technology completely invisible.
That's the goal. You walk in, you plug in, the room just adapts to you. It turns a complex AV setup into a simple utility like a light switch.
I like that. It's really efficient.
But
that leaves me with one final thought I want to leave with you.
okay.
Automation like this, especially this heavy reliance on USB-C, it feels like we're future-proofing our meeting rooms, right?
It feels that way now, yeah.
But are we? Or are we just embedding today's standards so deeply into our walls that we're just one port change away from having to rip everything out and start over again?
Well, that's the eternal risk of any hardware installation, isn't it? Today's convenience is often tomorrow's compatibility headache.
Something to think about before you cut that hole in the wall. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.